Alright, greetings. Here we go again with some Frankenstein and its 409 Radio Shop. First and foremost, let me let everybody know, we are down to the last few pieces that we had from our year and a half long backup. And once again, that was primarily my fault. I'm a better technician than I am an organizer, apparently, my wife tells me. So we have a few units that are going to be getting out here pretty quick. Hog, your big roller cart's getting done. Matter of fact, there's your transformer. Yes, it's in pieces. When I can get over there and finish putting it all together, we're going to get it done. And we got a deck over here for Anthony in, I believe, New York. It's going to be out of here pretty soon. But all these projects, guys, you got to remember, there are no blueprints for what we're doing here. You guys say, build me this and make it do this. Okay, cool. The fine tuning takes more time than assembling the unit. Um, you know, we use the DC filament pack. We use, the best transformers we can find and the best components we can find. But in the end, you're still going to have oopses and thises and that's. It's not going to climb to that last 10 or 12 peak watts or the last 5 freaking RMS watts. It takes time to line all that stuff out. So this one is now lined out. It's taking time, but we got it. It originally was an SB220, and you can see by the chassis, by the flare and burn marks, that it probably flamed up a few times. The only thing we kept original in this was the tuners. These tuners were in it when we got it, and I believe the fan. And after that, it's all me. So what we got here is a single 3-500Z, and it is being hit with, we're going to put this on standby here for a minute. Here's our standby switch. Now, this is the way his is going to work. Face is getting done. We're going to get the cosmetics done now that I can actually say the chassis is done. When he gets it, this is going to be filament power. But he's not going to have power to key or nothing until he turns this one on after about 30 seconds. We're not putting a slow start relay in here. I don't like them. Okay. That's a whole nother video. So after about 15-30 seconds, he's gonna reach over here and then he'll turn his filament or his high voltage on, which will simultaneously activate the power supply for the keying circuit. So if both switches aren't on, he's not gonna be able to sit here and do nothing. Okay. We still use our hollow copper tubing, our parasitic chokes that we've been using on everything. So this unit right now is being hit with, it's a 1,000-watt slug, and we are on peak. Let me move my mic. About 90-95 watts of peak. And I believe we're hitting it with about 20 of RMS. I'm going to go with that right now. Let's look at that. Let's see what it does here. About 25 of RMS. Okay. And that gives us, turn it on. Now you gotta keep in mind, this tube wants up to 50 watts of RMS drive. So, and the application, the situation this box is going to doesn't warrant balls out operation. He's looking for clean audio, modulator style audio, and that's pretty much the way we did it. To do whatever he's going to do next in his chain. I always tell you guys, you can spend $1 million on everything. If your source isn't right, the rest of it's just going to amplify garbage. So on every stage, if you're one of those guys that has a box to do a box to do a box, that's fine. But you need to go in every unit, stop and make sure that it's clean and the way it's supposed to sound and go to the next one. His is pretty much lined out, but he needs a quality driver. So he gave him us. He's waited a long time for it, like a lot of you guys do. Okay, if the doctor's giving you 6 months, you don't want to commission a radio from me. Your kids will be using it. So this one is almost done. Take it off standby here. See what she does on the watt meter now. 1,000-watt slug peak. Now with only 100 watts of peak being driven into it, 20 watts of RMS. Let's see what kind of carrier we got. It's peaking about 700-800. Keying 100 watts. Okay. So 100 watt dead keys, PEP in. Let's look at the RMS. This guy's an RMS junkie, so we're gonna give him RMS. Oh, 1,000 watt slug. With what we're hitting it with right now, it's doing a little over 100. Oh, I think we got a little bit of squeal, maybe, no? No, saying right around 100. Now, it will do more. There's 300 watts. It's all a matter of how you drive it, okay? All I did right now is turn the carrier up on my actual radio. So we're going to get back to the way he's going to use it. So it will do the... It's a 500 watt RMS tube, guys. And we're not giving it everything it wants on purpose. When you strain this unit, any of these tubes, they're great until you give them too much. When you give them too much, they start to sound like garage sale garbage. So he's got the power he wants. I'm going to get back with the face. I'm going to flip this thing over so you guys can get a look at the bottom. Now, it's going to be nice and clean. This one's pretty simple. However, drove me around the block trying to get everything tuned, and it threw some curveballs at us. None of these in this shop. I mean, other guys may claim they build one and just stick it out. I don't buy it. Build too many of them, especially with these glass envelope tubes. So we've got this one happy. It's now happy. It's not cherrying up. Let's check out this peak again. And we're going to go back here and see what kind of mess happens. 3500Zs are notorious for cherrying up bad. Turn back up now. There's 7. There's 250 on the RMS scale. Let's do that again. RMS, 1,000 watt slug. It's hanging around 200 right now. And he wants to see 200 to 300 watts. RMS. And that's what he's going to get, but from a nice low carrier. So keep the tubes clean, guys. This thing wants up to 50 watts. We're only giving it 20. He's only going to give it 20 or 30 RMS watts. This tube should outlive him, me, and both our kids. It's the way to run these tubes. And if you can, for those guys you to put these things together, a little tip on these tubes, yeah, it says 5.1 volts. Run it at 5, straight 5. That 0.1 volt means a lot. And something else. You measure your voltage under load. Sitting there idling at 5.1 is not an accurate depiction of what the tube is going to do in action. You need to meter your source voltage up here when that tube is kicked in. This one sits right at, it's 5.2 actually on idle. And when you key down, it goes right down to 5. It's beautiful. It's perfect. You let it dip, you're going to see change in power. It's going to go away a little bit. You feed it too much, yeah, you're going to get more power, but you're going to be buying a $400 tube every 6 months. So there's this one. We're going to do another video after we get the face done. There's some pictures that are going to be in here of the start of the face. It's going to be, our face is going to be gold, or not gold, but copper, metallic. And the cover is right here. Nice silver hammer tone finish. So it looks good when they're put together. I think we got a couple pictures of the prelim. So there it is, guys. Now, once again, back to the guys that are waiting hog. Call me on Friday. Today's July 5th. Call me Friday. I'll have something to tell you. Anthony, your DAC is very, very, very close to getting out of here. Who else is waiting? Number 4. I'll call you when I got something to tell you. So there's the guys immediately waiting to get their goodies. And those are the last 3. After that, we got a pillbox for... We're finishing up one for Gator over here in Crete, Illinois. We're doing another one for a guy in Champaign, Illinois, 5-pill. Both of those are going in a Galaxy rack handle base station. It's going to look like a Galaxy base. Without the knobs, you turn it on, you're going to see power, blah, 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 blah. So, and they're both 5-pills, I believe so. After that, we've got one for George Plockton, which is probably going to be the very last one I do before we contemplate how we're going to start taking work back in for those of you who didn't get turned off by waiting a year for your unit. And that's the reality of it, guys. I'm one person, and I got swamped, and it was a very bad organizing tactic I had, which buried me. So we're almost dug out. And a few guys said, "Oh, he's never going to make it." We're going to make it. I hold my word. We're almost done with these units. And once they're done, you guys are welcome to come here and get them service. But it's going to be a different ball game after this. We're going to limit what we take in at a time. Just lots of things are going to change. It's going to get more. I'm going to listen to some people that know what they're doing in that arena. As far as the bench goes, that's still my domain. And that's because stuff like this comes off of it. And when this is done, once again, North Star will throw you under the bus. There she is. We're going to put the face on here in a little while. You'll get another video tomorrow, probably afternoon. And we're just going to keep trucking along as fast as we can. I do want to say we got some help coming, more help. Right now, 518, Arthur from Chicago, he's going to be running most of the bench and desk and phone work, keeping things organized. We have Jeff Cameo, who's been a friend of mine for years and years and years and years. He's the only guy I would sit at my bench and walk away. And then I have another friend coming in, a longtime friend. He's coming to help, but he's very good help. So I want to say thank you in advance to Nels, old grizzly bear. He's supposed to be here tomorrow, and we're going to start whipping this place into shape while we get these last few units done, and come back out with a whole different ballgame, plus a whole nother company that's being spawned. So there it is, guys. We will catch you when we catch you. Watch out for the next video, because right now this thing's ugly. This is the ugly duckling. We don't just do the inside. We tickle the outside, too, so that's next. Be blessed. Check out the pictures. Keep watching. Keep coming back. We'll see you at 7 3s.